So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. Happy Derby weekend, as you would say, to all my Celtic fans out there. I know there's going to be a couple of Rangers supporters as well watching the video. So if you want to hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, would really be appreciated. And I know I hit the 5k, so in the next few weeks I will be announcing the big news for a good cause. So let's talk about the Tour Derby of the season. Celtic have nothing to play for but bragging rights. Try to get salvage some bragging rights because Rangers did win the league this season. Congratulations to them. They were the best team in the league this season. Celtic were just problems to their own problems on and off the pitch. But look, it's a season that a lot of Celtic fans will want to forget about. No 10 in a row, as people would turn around and say. But we've had 9 glamorous years of winning 9 trophies, 9 league trophies down the quad trebles, 19 trophies altogether. It's been amazing, but this is a European hangover for Rangers. Obviously went out last night. People have been asking me on social media about the whole Kamara thing. All I want to say is, right, I don't tolerate racism in any aspect. Football, if you wear blue, you wear green, skin colour, religion, background should not be. But what I want to say to you is a lot of Rangers fans are saying Glenn Kamara this, and the reaction last night, you could see him that hurts him and he's struck him by it. But what about Scott Sinclair? What about the time when he went to Ibrox and the monkey chants were thrown at him? You know, it's been not just one person that done it, there was numerous pictures as well. What about Shane Duffy? Prime example. Shane Duffy has got many death threats, many abusive troll messages on Instagram, which he's shown, and James McLean, and there hasn't been enough done about him. There hasn't been enough publicity done about them. So if it's one for all, regards to skin colour and race, we all should be treated equality. And it's my honest opinion about it, because some of the abuse that these two lads get is absolutely sickening. But we're going to move on to the football. So it's going to be a strange one. No fans there from both sides. Celtic Park is literally like Fort Knox at the moment, with all the fencing around it. What I want to say to two sets of fans is, please be responsible. Don't go down, cause trouble. There's a global pandemic on. You might catch the virus, it might kill your nanny off, it might kill someone off that hasn't undergone medical conditions. You know, just think of them. Just sit in the house, have a drink, have a bit of laugh with your family or your cousins or your friends, whatever you're out doing. Just be responsible. You know, you're better than that. You know, you don't need that type of carnage in this pandemic. We're on the verge of getting out of a lockdown. Scotland on the verge of getting out of a lockdown. Ireland's pending. Do not ruin it. Do not tarnish for other people that have been obeying the rules, that have been sitting at home, that have been good. Because I hate all this malarkey of what if Celtic won it, Celtic fans would have been out. But look don't be playing the what if game. The situation is, what happened 2 weeks ago happened, and move on from it. You know, it was an absolute mockery. And there was some Rangers fans that did stay at home, that obeyed the health guidelines, but there's a lot of people that went out and done it. So this what if game, we need to forget about. We really need to forget about. Look what actually happened, and people got cases of COVID. You know, so you can't defend that. Yes, it was a big, overwhelming experience for them, first time in 9 years. You know, actually to win something major. Yes, it is obviously what happened outside Ibrox. You know, I just think there should have been a better push from Rangers Football Club to keep fans safe. You know, keep fans safe instead of going to George Square, portion of people and causing that havoc. But let's move on to this match, as I keep talking about the actual game itself. Celtic, if they want to win the game, there's 2 things you have to learn from. You have to learn from, don't be giving away stupid set pieces. Because at Celtic Park in the previous fixture, back in September, this actual fixture, 2-0 Rangers, quite comfortable. Celtic didn't cause any threats. Griffiths got one-on-one with McGregor, didn't go down for it. It could have been a penalty, but it didn't. Mohamed Anusi Sky barred it. Absolutely shocking. Rangers were even in 5th gear and were a better team that day. Much better team. Ibrox, I think Celtic were a better dominant team for the 60 minutes until Beaton got sent off. It was a clear red card. there is cracks in that Rangers team. Last night we seen with Slavia Prague, they caused them threats and to be there for. But they could go unbeaten all season. They could go unbeaten all season in the league. You know, they have a really good team. You know, the likes of Tavernier stepped up to the plate. Barisic, the midfield is unbelievable. You know, Morales has been on good form for them as well. So you can't take that for granted. McGregor's been outstanding. You can't forget about that save he pulled off against Griffiths as well. And Ibrox, one of the best saves I've ever seen in football. So I'm expecting a real sour game between the both of them. People are going to ask me about the Guard of Honour. Honestly, there's no point talking about it that much. It wasn't going to happen anyway. It wasn't going to happen because it didn't happen with Celtic 2 years ago at Ibrox. So I think we need to leave the subject there and then. Forget about it. You know, it's a rivalry that will always have that spice to it. No better rivalry in the world between Celtic and Rangers, as we all know. So I'll go with 4-5-1. I'll go with Bain, John Joe Kenny, Diego Laxall, as much as I think he's a bit of a liability. He's had a couple of decent games this season, but Taylor could be in contention. John Kennedy did say today the only injury problems that they have is Mikey Johnson. He's still out. So the back two would have to be Welch and Oyer. I think Oyer definitely has the place being probably the best player this season for Celtic. And that sounds desperate that a defender's been the best player this season. You know, Welch been improved massively. You know, I think he'll have the experience from the first game he played against Rangers where he was overshot, but he knows where he's more calm, he's more settled into the senior squad. Midfield, Scott Brown. All I can say to Scott Brown is don't play for the occasion, play for the team. Because you see at Celtic Park this season when he played Rangers, Morelos won the battle over him. You know, and his previous games, he's won the battle over Morelos. You know, Steven Gerrard has changed that team drastically over the last year and a half. They've matched Celtic even better than Celtic regards to aspects of playing more hungry and desired. So if Celtic want to salvage anything from this game, they need to step up the plate and show them all these trophies that they won wearing a fluke. You know, they were hard-earned trophies, hard-earned results, good days out. So Scott Brown in there with Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor I thought was outstanding at Ibrox. Unfortunate with the own goal, but Callum McGregor in there with David Turnbull behind the striker. James Forrest, why not? Put him in there. I know there's a chance that you could get a bad tackle, but that's a derby experience. Get him in there. I know he's only 20 minutes of first team football since he recuperated from his injury. In there on the left will be Mohamed Ennousi. Look, Mohamed has to prove himself if he wants to have another loan move at Celtic. All the speculation, so put him in there. Edward up front, Griffiths to come off the bench, Yate could come off the bench, Klamala, Tom Rogers for the big occasion if he wants to show that he wants to play. Taylor can come off the bench. Beaton is fit as well. Sorrow can come off the bench. So what I'm expecting as a Celtic fan, I've been looking forward to this game a lot in the last 2 weeks since Rangers won the league. Now they might take a foot off the pedal. You know, after being beaten in Europe, they might be a bit legs might be a bit tired. The likes of Kamara might not even play as well. As I said, I don't believe in any racial abuse in football, but I hope he's alright. And look what happened to Scott Sinclair when he went to Ibrox 2-3 years ago. He got racial abuse by a portion of Rangers fans. Not every Rangers fan's like that, God no. We're all human beings. We all have manners and respect that our fathers and our mothers raised into us, as we all know. But if you're talking about abuse and sectarian abuse and racial abuse, look what happened with James McLean. Look at prime example, Duffy. Duffy got awful trolls thrown at him. So I think should be equality there, regardless what football team you support, regardless what religion you are. We all should be treating each other with a bit of respect and stop being so bigots, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day, you know. Karma's a bitch, it always hits you back in the face. So I'm expecting 2-1 Celtic. I think 2-1. Where do I think the goals are going to come from? I'm going to fancy Alson Edward, and I'm going to fancy Stephen Welcheller. I know it sounds crazy. I think Rangers will score. I think Rangers set piece. I think Golson will score again against Celtic. But I think 2-1 Celtic. I'm very confident. I might look back at this video in 2 days' time, 3 days' time, and say, Jesus, well, not a big slap head. But let's see what happens. So enjoy the game, folks. As I said, please be safe. Please be responsible. Don't drink too much. Have a laugh. Have a bit of banter. But don't go out here. Don't try to show off in the press. So it's not worth it. At the end of the day, just keep your head straight. And I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.